One day you will die. Everything you worked for, planned for, sacrificed for, everything you thought you were going to do and the things you actually did will have been for nothing. The only memory of you will be some pictures or videos on a hard drive or in a box that will eventually get thrown out or destroyed. It'll be like you never existed. Unless you made a profound impact on the world like Michael Jackson or Robin Williams, your name will be lost to history. Then your kids will die, hopefully after you, and their kids, and your name will be said for the last time, and that'll be the end of it. They say you die twice. One when you physically die, and one when somebody says your name for the last time. See, it doesn't matter if you're black, white, blue, purple, green. It doesn't matter if you were rich, poor, middle class, or in class. It doesn't matter what you did, who you knew, who your dad was, or any of that. In the end, we're all gonna be in the ground and we'll be forgotten. Think about the last time you went to a funeral. Like, did people tell jokes and laugh? No. Did people sing and dance? Probably not. There's silence, trauma, despair, all at the same time in that room. Like, you just saw that person laugh, cry, tell a joke. You just talked to them on the mic the other day when you were playing on PS4 with them. Now they're no longer here. Think about what you felt when you first saw that person at their funeral. Sure, you felt bad for their friends and family, but when you went up to pay your respects for the last time and you looked at them lying there, you thought about yourself. A switch clicked in your head. You said, one day this will be me. For the next couple days, it sat in the back of your mind like, I'm gonna die one day. But then a week or two later, you forgot the whole ordeal happened. You go back to scrolling on your phone. You go back to procrastinating. You go back to living life on autopilot. Like, when you're driving and you see the police lights go on behind you and you kind of panic, but then you realize that they're going around you to get to somebody else. And for the next couple of minutes, you drive 5 under the speed limit, 2 hands on the wheel, and you drive according to every law ever passed. Then, 10 minutes after, it's back to 1 hand on the wheel going 5 over. Like, that's what people do in life. Them at the funeral is both hands on the wheel doing 5 under. Then a couple days later, a couple weeks later, it's them back at home scrolling on social media, 1 hand on the wheel doing 5 over. Then somebody else they know dies and it's back to both hands on the wheel, and it's just a cycle. Then they get to the end of their life and they realize, wait, it can't be over yet. I forgot to live. My face was buried in my phone for most of my life. I wasted all my time, and that's exactly where regrets come from. Imagine this was the last time I made a video. Imagine today is the last day you watched one of my videos. Imagine this summer was the last summer you had. Imagine this was the last time you talked to your friend. Imagine this was the last time you talked to your wife or your husband. I read this quote and it said, when something becomes scarce, we give it value. That's why kids don't care about time. Teenagers don't care about time. Young adults don't care about time. But when you get to 50 and 60, that's when you realize time is running out. That's when you start going to more funerals. That's when your time is running out. That's when you're on the tail end or you're over the hump. Time is the only thing we can't get back. I can't get back this moment sitting here talking to the camera. Sure, I can sit here again for the next time I use this background, but me in this moment, there would never be another one like this. Same thing for you. You watching this video, this moment is gonna be lost to history, gone forever. See, everybody makes money. The amount of money I wasted when I was working security is outrageous. I don't even want to know. The amount of money I spent on food, the amount of money I spent on shoes, sure, I wasted it. But you can make money again. You can break a PS4 controller and get another one with the money you got back. You can get it in 2 days and sit on your ass from Amazon. You can't get back the time that you wasted on your phone. You can't get back the time you wasted procrastinating. That's your life disappearing in front of your eyes. I sat here for 10 minutes procrastinating shooting this A-roll, and then it hit me. All these seconds going by right now are seconds I'm never gonna get back, no matter how much money I make, no matter who I become, no matter where I work, no matter how many shoes I own. None of that matters, because one day I'm gonna die. Remember that, when work gets stressful, just remember you're gonna die. When life gets stressful, you're gonna die. When you had an argument with your dad, you and him are gonna die. Whatever your goals are, you're gonna die. Whether you own a Tesla or you don't have a car and you just have a bike, you're gonna die. The sun is gonna blow up in 5.5 billion years, long after you and I have been gone for billions of years, and that'll be the end of humanity as far as we know it, unless we found a way to get to other planets. So why all the nihilism in this video? I'm not trying to sound nihilistic in this video, but I want you to remember that you're gonna die. Like, my situation is pretty unique because I experienced my mom passing away when I was very young. I was only 22, so I know how bad the experience is, and I kind of want to share that experience as much as I can with everyone so they have some type of idea of what's going to happen. You never fully understand it unless it happens to you, and that's when you'll likely come back to this video or send me a video on some VR headset saying how I was right. Hopefully by then I haven't turned into dust. But despite knowing the fact that we're gonna die, I don't think people should just give up, throw in the towel and say forget it and nothing matters anyway. I think they should try and make the most out of it. You can't rely on others for how you live. You just have to live. You're the main character in your life. This is your movie. You're the director. You get to choose what happens. I think one thing that a lot of people forget is that they're still mortal. Like, some people act like just because they made this money or they own this thing, they can beat death or Father Time. Father Time will always come knocking no matter the impact that you had on the world. I mean, look at Gandhi, Michael Jackson, Nelson Mandela, all these people who will have way more of an impact than I probably ever will. They changed the world for the better, but Father Time still said, your time is up. It's time for you to leave this place. And even then, as great as they were, they'll be forgotten one day too. Side note, I think life being finite gives it some sort of meaning and pushes you to do things. Like, imagine if you knew you lived forever. There'd be no incentive to do anything. Everything would just get put off until tomorrow or next week or next year or next millennia, basically. So let's wrap up this video because people are probably getting tired of me talking about time and dying all the time and all this stuff. I'll leave you with this. Because our bodies are always recycling atoms and because we have so many of them, statistically speaking, about 1 billion of the atoms in your body used to belong to Shakespeare. About 1 billion belong to Beethoven, and about 1 billion belong to Buddha. But think of it this way. 1,000 years from now, when humans touch down on another planet outside our solar system and take our first steps on that other planet, that person will have 1 billion atoms that belong to you. And as always, thanks for watching.